What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Or just go to another channel. Lend me your ear and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key. Hey. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. Woo! I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. I know you're my friend, Ferdinand. Thank you. Okay, guys, guess you know what day it is when I sing that song, because I sing that song every time. What would you do? And actually, the lyrics are, what would you think if I sang out of tune? But I sing what would you do? Because this is the What Would You Do challenge. See how that all yeah, it flows together. Wait, what does Trump say? He weaves it together. I'm weaving it together. I'm weaving it all together. Okay, let me just show you really quickly because this is a challenge. So this is the What Would You Make? And our host is Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY. And then Divine Designs and Loli D's Creations is the guest host. So thank you, ladies, so much for bringing us this challenge every month. I really like this challenge. I have two favorite challenges right now. I mean, it could change. And the one is the 5 for Under 5 on the 5th of every month. And then the What Would You Make, which is is it the 4th Sunday of every month? I think it is. Anyway, so there you go. All right, let's dive in. Do you want to see what I made? Now, you guys know I'm doing totally trash to treasure, except for this very first craft. So I have a 22 peso store here in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. And it's like a Dollar Tree, but smaller. And so I go in there, and actually I get to go today. Marcus goes, come on, let's go to the 22 peso store. What? But Walmart's right there. We have to get something there. We have to get some stuff there. Okay, anyway, so I picked up my last haul that I did. I picked up these cute little wood signs with chains on them. So of course I used one of those for What Would You Make? And I made this and left the backside blank. Can I just talk for one quick second? This is so not in the right place. Have you ever done a craft and then you go like, ugh, like what? I just spit on myself too. Gosh, you guys get the real me. But like why did I do that? I don't know. So what I did was I followed the flowers for putting it on here, and I shouldn't. I should have followed the rim of the cup, and this all should be down. The flowers should be hanging off. I'm telling you that because I'm here to teach you. So don't do the same mistake I did. I'm not gonna redo it because it's gonna stay here when we leave anyway. But can I just show you what I did here? And we're gonna talk about a simple trick I don't think I've seen anybody else do on these channels, but it's such a good trick. I wanna teach it to you. So watch how I made this. Here is my little wood sign that I picked up in my local 22 peso store, along with this sheet of, well, they're like stickers, but they're like window clings. So I'm not really sure. But I'm gonna use this small coffee one here, but when I put it on there, it's so dark. So I decided to go in a different direction, and I'm gonna whitewash this little sign here. And I'm just gonna do one side, the front side and the sides. I'm gonna leave the back side of it still the wood, because maybe I'll do something else with the other side someday. So again, not a heavy coat, we're just doing a whitewash, because I'm gonna do a little staining on the white, and I'm gonna do some sanding at the very end as well. All right, so now I'm gonna cut off the excess on that sticker. And you guys, I don't like where I placed this. It's so wrong. Anyway, but that's okay, it's done now. I should have centered it completely with a little bit of the flowers hanging off the side. I don't know what I was thinking. But this is a really cool trick. So this is like a sticker. It's super dark. I just don't like how dark it is. So I'm gonna lighten it up. So if you ever want to do this, like a window cling or a sticker like this, it's a great like paint by number, because you have your image there and you can just paint over it, which is exactly what I've done. I love my colors way better than what it came with, but this is like, it's like a guide. Like I said, it's like a paint by number. It's like, hey, here it is. Just follow these lines. So I don't have fabulous brushes here. I keep refusing to invest in them because, yeah. Anyway, so these little intricate paintings around the words and whatnot are a little more difficult, but I get it done. And I think it looks great in the end. So one of the things, you guys, when you're doing something like this, is I pull out all my colors and I line them up and make sure that they look good together. So that cup obviously wasn't a blue, and I took it in a blue direction, obviously. It was blue. I shouldn't say that it was a blue, but it was a really dark blue, and I didn't want to go with a dark blue. So, although, you know what I mean, like a navy blue. I wanted to brighten it up some. And so I laid out all my colors, and I used muted colors on the florals, because kind of wanted the blue for the coffee cup to be my standout color. So just a little tip there, like, you know, what's going to be your standout color. All right, and the flowers don't actually look bad, but again, they just seem so dark. Everything seems so dark, and I wanted to brighten it up. So I'm gonna let you finish watching me paint this, and after I'm done painting it, I do take my coffee stain, how funny is that, and I stain it up. And I didn't film it, but I did take some sandpaper over the top of it to give it an aged look, which you'll see at the very end when I show you it. Anyway, yeah. So I like this, it's cute. It's gonna hang above my coffee area. Okay, so you see, so those window clings that you buy at Dollar Tree, just remember you can change them, or a sticker, you can change it. And this is so, I love this. I think it looks so much better in the colors that I did it in, don't you think? If you agree, put a coffee emoji down below right now. Right now. Okay, now this next piece came out, it's like, I'm gonna keep it. It's so much better than I first envisioned. So this is another thing. I picked up a piece from my 22 peso store, and I've incorporated it with a piece of trash, and that is this right here. I really like it. It's just a contemporary home decor piece, and this is just a piece of wood that I found on my walks to take Marcus his lunch. Say hi to the besties, Marcus.
Hi, besties.
This is just too funny. He just literally walked by stark naked. Let's go to the shower. It was really, that was hard not to react. Okay, anyways, I'm filming my intro. He's trying to be quiet, so he's going to take a shower. Okay, anyway, so let's talk about this. No, let's not talk about it. Let me just show you how I made this because it's so simple. All right, so look at that piece of wood, I love it. And this is just a decorative piece that I got at my 22 peso store. It's kind of fall looking, but we're gonna get past that. It's gonna be a really contemporary decor piece. I loved on this piece of wood how it's just got some different shapes to it. It's not just a straight piece of wood. And so I was like, oh yeah, that's perfect. And I could have done it hanging, but I decided to do this one as a sitting piece. So I had to rip off some protrusions there so that it would stand on its own. Now I'm taking brown paint, mixing it with water to make my stain here, because I'm gonna stain up this wood so that it's all gonna go together. You'll see here in a minute. And this was, I mean, it's so easy, you guys, just a little bit of water and paint. Now that is a black Sharpie, but I'm always telling you guys, don't be afraid to try things. So I'm like, I just didn't like the gold on this, and I wanted to change the color, so put a black Sharpie on this gold, and guess what you get? A brown, and I really like it. It's like, there's this mixture of sort of shiny, muted, it just looks so cool in the end. But when I did this, I had to do sections and wipe it back. Otherwise, if I didn't wipe it back soon enough, it would stay this shiny. It was adhering, the Sharpie ink was definitely adhering to this piece of metal. Surprisingly, it didn't just wipe right off. So anyway, so I had to do sections and then wipe it back so that I could get my sort of muted brownish color with just a hint right there. Isn't that pretty? I mean, it looks like it was made that way. It's sort of bronzy. It's more of a bronzy color. Anyway, so then once I do that, I have to glue it to the piece of wood. Now this was a little bit tricky, I'm not gonna lie to you. I did a couple of different things. I tried wood glue, then I did hot glue, then I tried some super glue. But in the end, I got it to stay. Do you not love, tell me you love how that marker changed completely, this brassy, goldy color I don't like. And by the way, I had, hot glue is basically what ended up working on the back, and I took my gold pen and colored over it just so it wasn't sticking out so much. But, cause I tried wood glue, super glue, hot glue, it was pretty hard, but eventually I got it to stick. So this is, I tell you guys all the time, don't be afraid. Like, obviously I sort of stained this wood just to darken it up a little bit, but now the brown is in the same family as this and it looks so good. And taking that Sharpie and just trying it, just don't be, by the way, I did it on the back first, right? Because I was like, what's it gonna do? And it goes on and it stays on and it doesn't come off. So simple, and I love this piece. It's just you're just incorporating two different pieces, which is such a huge part of crafting. Okay, now you ready for my favorite? What would you do if I sang out of tune? Okay. So, I've told you I'm keeping bottles. At the end of this video, I'm just gonna pan up above me to show you all the bottles that I've put up there, and I'll tell you a little story about that. Okay. But because I'm saving all these bottles, I'm trying to like do vases and stuff like that, right? And I go to my 22 peso store and I pick up stuff that they have there for crafting just to incorporate with my trash to treasure stuff. So this is, I'm not gonna tell you what kind of bottle it is. I want you to guess. I'll tell you after I show you how I made it. But check this baby out. I have to turn it on. I have to turn it on. What does that tell you? What? Bim, bidi, bim. Check this out. Okay, so this is just like this wood box shelf that I got at the 22 peso store. So see the color of the lights? Are they changing on us? Is this the change one? I don't know. Anyway, look at that. This can be Christmas or not. And these, are they cattails, you guys? I think I asked that in the voiceover because I don't know what these are. But they grow all over our complex here. And so I nabbed some. Okay, just be quiet and show the people how you made it, Amy. Okay, hold on. This is a little like shelf that I got from my 22 peso store, made out of wood, of course. And these are bamboo sticks from a placemat that I got at the 22 peso store. And I'm gonna put a front on this little shelf because I'm gonna make it I'm gonna put the bottles in there. So little wood glue. I did not measure this, you guys. I'm more of a, like, I'll just do it visually, and usually it comes out pretty good. So this very last skewer though, it had a little bow in it. In the end, it didn't matter to me. I was like, that's fine. There's like this, it's sort of bowed down, but that's okay. And then I took a Q-tip to wipe off some of that extra wood glue, and then I put it to the side and let it sit and dry. Now, I left this natural, but of course you could stain this or paint it or whatever. I really like the natural look because it matched so well with the string. See, that top skewer popped. I have to, or bamboo piece popped. I had to glue it back down. Anyway, so now I've got my twine. This is not jute twine. This is really rugged like hay twines. I'm just about to the end of it. And I'm going to wrap around where the top screws on to hide those. And because we had this visual place on the neck of this bottle and then another little lip, I mirror that underneath the lip, which gave it sort of a fun look to it, not just doing the top of the bottle, but I left that center spot between the lip and the top, the plain glass. So I just liked the way that looked. At first I thought I was going to wrap that area, but I'm glad I did it the way I did it. It just looks cool. Okay, and I can't add any more twine down on the bottom of the bottle because then it won't fit into our little shelf. So I'm limited as to how much I can do. So I just did 3 twines, and I always make sure that I stop and start at the same spot on the back of the bottle, or what would be, the back of the bottle, because that's where I'm starting and stopping my twine. And then of course using my lighter to burn off all the frizzies on this very, you guys think jute twine is bad. Oh my gosh, this is really frizzy. Can't find jute twine here. I need to order some online. All right, so I do all 4 bottles and it looks really cool. And now we're gonna add some, see how that one just sort of bows up, but it's fine. Things can't be perfect. Now we're gonna add some lights. So I love these lights. I found them at Costco on clearance. They literally, there were 6 of them in the package and they were $8. So do the math. It was like $1.35 or something for a string. So there's 50 lights on it. Now what I did was, I know I've got 4 bottles, so I divided by 50. It took me to about 12 or 13 lights in each bottle. So I coil them in so that they hit the entire circumference of the bottle. And now I'm gonna take the battery pack. I'm zip tying it on because there's little screw holes on the back here to put this on a wall, and a dab of hot glue. But the best part is I can make these for Christmas. It can go to Christmas lights, which I love. All right, now these are cattails, I think, and they grow all over here in our complex. And if you spray them with hairspray, they last longer. So I went out and I picked a bunch of these at different stages in their blooming. They come off super easy. It's like sliding a straw. You don't have to cut them, you just pull. Are they cattails? Somebody tell me what they're actually called, because I don't know for sure. Anyway, I picked 4 bunches in different stages and added those to the vase, and I think this came out really beautiful. And I can make it Christmas with the push of a button. Hairspray. It's a great trick, you guys. You just hairspray them and then they stay. It's not going to last forever, but they will certainly stay for much longer without dropping all of their pods. These will go first because they're the most bloom. These new baby ones will actually last a little bit longer. But do you not love that I can go Christmas on this or not, and then it flashes? Did I talk about these lights in my voiceover? Just in case I didn't. In case I didn't. I am not buying stuff here because of course we're gonna go back to the States at some point, right? I gotta get it back to just my solid. So, but I'm in Costco, and they have this box of Philips lights, and they're, I'm gonna show them to you. So I'm in Costco, and it's 6 sets of these really, hold on, I'll just pull one out. So cool. Like there's 50 lights on a string, and then you get that ability to change the colors, change the pattern, change everything. So these were on clearance at the Costco here in Cabo, and it was 168 pesos, I think, which basically is $8. I was like, what? That's like less than $1.50 for each one of these strings. So I grabbed those, not that I needed them, but I'm like, I could make some cool stuff here for the condo. So back to this, I wanted just a couple little things. When I added my lights in, I just hot glued right there, which I don't think I showed on my video. And this is just a placemat that I keep, and see how there's that little gap there? I don't care. It was because one of my placemat things was a little bowed, don't care. Anyway, but what are the bottles? Do you guys know what the bottles are? Because I'm gonna show you and then you're gonna know. All my besties who watch my challenge, right? Yeah, yes, I brought it with me from America, and that is, look, it's the pink sauce bottles. What? I know, I love pink sauce. Somebody please tell me, is it still at Dollar Tree? Like, is it still available? This is my very, very last bottle, and it makes, this is not sponsored by pink sauce. I should get sponsored by pink sauce. It makes the best coleslaw. So I, you know, like we're doing everything fresh here, and then I water it down a little bit, I guess is what I would say. I add a little bit of like milk to it just to water it down a little bit because it's super strong and it's so good. All right, so you tell me which one is your favorite. I don't know, maybe this one. Yeah, this one's my favorite. And I just love that I can change the whatever. Okay, and I think that this is just a super cool little sort of modern farmhousey piece. All right, so that's it. Okay, thanks to Divine Designs and Rustic and Lace DIY and Loli D's Creations for hosting this challenge today. You know what I'm gonna say, I don't even have to say it, right? Because the playlist is where? Yes, down below in the description box, and also all of the host and co-host channels will be there for you to go check them out. Oh my gosh, I'm so in love with this. But I think I'll give it away before we move, because moving stuff like this is gonna be a pain, and we're probably gonna be going into an RV after this, so like I'm not gonna need all this. But anyway, I wish I could send it to you guys. All right, everybody, have a great day, great week, a great life. And as always, from your singing crafty crafter, what would you do if I don't even have anything to sing here. Do you guys know I do this off the cuff? Like I just like think, I'm like a rapper, but not. That's kind of funny because I know, Ferdinand. I know. Ferdinand says I'm not as funny as I think I am. I know. Anyway, all right. So, what would you do if I sang out of tune? I love that song, by the way. I hope you guys like that song too. All right, everybody, we're gonna go now. So, tell me down below which one was your favorite. If you're still here, give me a cat for my cattails. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. We do have a lot of fun on here. And what else do I need to tell you? Absolutely nothing. Happy Sunday, everybody. We'll see you next time here on Bella's Bargains. Oh, Marcus said goodbye, besties. Say goodbye, besties. Thanks, Ferdinand. Which, yeah. All right. I miss Effingham. Do you miss Effingham? I know. No, I know. You haven't met Effingham. I know. Not yet. Anyway, all right. We'll see you next time. Toodles. So this is the kitchen, and then up above was this shelf, and look, I've cleaned all my bottles. Okay, that's tequila bottle up there. I didn't clean them, but I just put them up there, and it's like backlit, so it looks really cool. And then I can pull the bottles down and craft with them if I want, and we just randomly put them up there. There's like no order, right? It's just randomly put them up there, and yeah, I think it looks pretty cool.